So, are emotions something that we should be celebrating, or are they something we should dread? Well, I'm going to talk more about that today. So, quite often I see that it has become so common for people to take on this very pessimistic view of emotions. So, most of the time when I'm speaking to someone about emotions and I ask them about their emotions, very rarely do I see people get excited. Very rarely do I see people celebrate. And one of the reasons why I think this happens is because our brains are wired to really focus in on those more challenging, some people would call them negative experiences, right? So when you think about your entire life, realistically, you have had a variety of different experiences, right? You've had an entire range of emotional experiences from the time that you were born up until now. And if you had to really sit down and actually put together, all of the emotional experiences that you've had in this lifetime, they would range, anywhere from frustration to sorrow to happiness to, gratitude. I mean, there's an entire range of emotions. But somehow, when we think about emotions, we automatically just hone in on the most challenging aspects of our emotional experiences. So, how do you begin to love your emotions when you have been so stuck on those challenging emotional experiences? Okay. Well, the first way you begin to love your emotions is simply by recognizing that we have such a beautiful range of emotions that are available to us on a regular basis, almost 200 different variety of emotions. And you have to allow yourself the freedom in this lifetime to be able to explore all those emotions. You may not experience every single one, and there are some that you don't need to experience, and that's okay. But you want to allow yourself that freedom, because when we get stuck in one way of being or one way of thinking, it robs us of the beauty of the human experience. Okay? So we can begin to appreciate our emotions more when we recognize that we do have a full range of emotions that are available to us. All right, so when you do not take the time to allow yourself to experience that range of emotions, what can happen is we can get stuck. We can get stuck in one way of being and stuck in one way of thinking. And this is what can sometimes lead to unhappiness. And this is sometimes what can lead to us struggling to manifest certain things that we want in our lives, but we're unable to understand why we cannot move in that particular direction. And so this is one of the reasons why it's so important to do emotional processing, to acknowledge your emotions, to work with your emotions, and to recognize that there is a large variety of them that is available to us, right? So when we begin to go through this process that some people call processing, what that does eventually is it allows us to be cleansed and clear so that we can allow emotional energy to move through our body, to come visit us and to move through our experience. And that allows us to make room for other emotions, right? That allows us to make room for the other emotions that we probably would be way more excited to experience. That's one of the reasons why when you are experiencing something like sorrow, and someone comes along and, they try to make a joke, it may not always be as easy for you to jump from sorrow into happiness, because you have to really take the time to work with that emotion first and to honor and acknowledge what that experience is for you before you can move into just being joyful and playful and excited and all these other things. And so, we have all had a variety of magical experiences. We've had a lot of experiences with emotions in our childhood, excitement, enthusiasm, optimism, those really exciting higher vibrational emotions that all of us look forward to. Those are very much a part of our experiences as well. And so we love our emotions by recognizing that they have a purpose for us. We love our emotions by recognizing that there is a large, beautiful variety of emotions that are available to us that we can tap into. And this is what will inspire us to learn how to process so that we don't get stuck in a certain state that's not helpful to us, right? And all of them are helpful regardless of what the emotion is, but we don't want to stay stuck there. So the other way and reason to love your emotions is because they are not only there to teach you, but they are also, or to create challenges for you, but they are also there to assist you with manifestation, right? This is where it gets exciting, and this is part of one of my favorite things about emotions, because when there's anything in your life that you're wanting to manifest, you're going to need to be able to work with your emotional energy. And so that's where things can get really exciting, and if you think about those times in your life where you were probably the most joyful, the most happy, even the most magical, because all of us have had childhood experiences where we were just so carefree and so playful and so excited. We were way more in touch with those emotions when we were children, for most of us anyway. And we were living off of that energy, for those years that we were children. And so this is how you begin to love your emotions. You begin to respect them, to acknowledge them, to recognize that there's a wonderful range of emotions that are available to you, and to allow that to inspire you or encourage you or motivate you to begin honoring and respecting and processing the emotions that do come up, so that you will have energy and room available to experience the full range of emotions. So, it was Abraham Hicks who said that there is a vibrational scale of emotions, right? And so as we move up that vibrational scale is when we begin to experience the different variations of energy. And most of us have only experienced the ones, or primarily remember the ones that are at the lower level. So if we want to experience the excitement, the peace, the joy, the enthusiasm, all those things, we have to take time to process, okay? And this is one of the reasons why we do these work. So all of these things are the types of, the processing and the working with emotions. These are all of the types of things that I do in my emotional expression sessions and my coaching sessions with people. So if you are interested and would like some more support, you can actually book a free Help Me Navigate Emotions call with me so that you can see if the coaching is a good fit for you. And you can also click on the link below if you want to get started with processing your emotions, and just check out my free emotional confidence roadmap, where I am sharing with you the 5 steps that I use to help people begin dealing with their emotions. So I'm Najia. I hope that you found this encouraging today, and I will see you in the next video.